Hello everyone. Last week we were learning about RAG, making the web request. This week we are going to look into advanced RAG. So basically two steps added into our regular RAG, pre-retrievable and post-retrievable. I'll show you in the request, then I can show you in the codes for you to understand. So if you look at the prompt here, what I am doing is I have different language used to prompt. So we are doing the pre-retrievable. So if I request this one, we get this answer. If we go and check the logs, what it is doing here is, if we look at this one, when it does the web search, then it translates that language into target language, into English, and then start functioning it. So this is before we send the request to the LLM or anywhere, it does what we ask it to do. That's a pre-retrievable, right? Let me show you the post-retrievable. So for post-retrievable, let's go and look at this one. So here, let me first clear the logs. If I query this one, this is from the document, a PDF reading, right? We did earlier. I'm just using the same thing with different functionality. If I go here, look at this one here, it's doing the normal stuff. And then if we go here, look at this, it's replacing those words. So this is after it retrieves the data from the database. That's like post retrieval. Before sending it to the LLM again, what it does is it processes it and replaces it with asterisk. So this can be used for masking the PII data. And also this functionality in the code, what changes I did for this one, this is normal fruit. There's no changes in the controller or any of those things. The only thing I changed is in the, so I added the keywords to mask with. And then for pre-retrieval, what I am doing is, when it is making the web request, before it does the request, I'm using the retrieval augmentation advisor, and then using the query transformers, transfer the query. That's what it did in the beginning, changed the language into English. And after that, it's just normal flow. And for post retrieval, there's no default post retrieval already written, so we have to write our custom post processor. So I did this one. You can do for anything as per your need, masking or changing the words or changing the ASCII value. What I'm doing is I'm getting those strings, which is in my local YAML. You can read it from anywhere as per your need. So what I'm doing here is getting those words. So whenever I get those words, I will try to match the pattern and then process the document, basically replace it with asterisk. That's what keyword processor is doing. You need to implement the document processor. This is the interface provided, and just use that. In the config part, this will be after the retrieval, right? This is after you retrieve it, then document retriever. There's something called document post processor. That's where you pass the processor with the builder. So this is pretty easy. We don't need to use both. It's based on our requirement. If we need to post process it, whatever we get from our databases, our data sources, if we need to process it, we can use the document post processors. Or if we need to make sure we are not sending, or we are translating, or we need to do anything before we send the data or augmentation, we can use the pre-retrieval process. Try this out. The code will be in the GitHub. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. Bye.